My name is Peggy Morales. I'm a district leader that represents part of East Harlem. And what brings me here today is the fact that our Assemblyman, Mr. Edward Gibbs, has signed on, or co-sponsored, to be more precise, a piece of legislation that will have a devastating impact on New York City Public Housing Authority residents. And one of the things that I know and have known for some time is that RAD and the blueprint that's being proposed by the Housing Authority, and the thing that they are really trying to push so aggressively on the Housing Authority residents, is not something that is necessarily going to be in their best interest. It's certainly one of the ways that they're going to utilize these developers to, sure, rehab these apartments and fix many of the problems that have gone unattended due to disinvestment. Sure, they'll repair the problems, they'll address the issues, but what's going to happen with these residents, who many of whom are below the poverty level, never mind the area AMI, who are going to then be displaced as a result of that? And you know, we can make an argument for the fact that, well, it's, you know, if the elected officials are on board, then, you know, we should be on board. No.
Let her know she's recording us too. She's recording, so y'all gotta let her know. So y'all being recorded, all right? It's cool. If y'all don't want to record it, tell her don't point the camera to you. That's all.
We just asked you for a statement. Are you for the press or are you not? That's all he's wrong.
I'll wait for press. Hold on. I welcome y'all. Look, I got burgers and Frank. I was waiting for you. Excuse me, Bethany. I'm talking to them right now. I'm not talking to the organizers. I'm talking to the people. I want to talk to the people. I don't want to talk to the organizers. Because apparently the people don't know, right? So let's start this. I'm glad you're out here today. Thank you for coming. I took the liberty of grilling food and waters and juices for your company, so we can have this conversation. Again, I'm addressing the people, not the organizers, because it's politically motivated.
I'm not running.
I'm not talking to anyone else but the people. We're talking about a bill right now. We're talking about a bill right now that I'm not on.
Not no more.
First and foremost, my name is Eddie Gibbs. I'm 53 years old, born and raised in housing 53 years. I'm gonna hear everybody out. But what I'm gonna do, be respectful.
Right.
But I also match aggression. So let's be respectful, let's talk. This is why I waited for you. Most elected officials would close their office and wait. Wait till you leave to come back. I waited for y'all, 8:30 in the morning.
You got no choice.
I ain't got no choice. In the assembly members are appointed attorneys and counsels to go over your bills. You appointed a bill drafter to draft your bills. And more importantly, you have a legislative director who reads the bills. My mother still lives there, 69 years, 1830 Lexington Avenue. Would I kick my mother out of housing? No. Would I sign on to, excuse me, I'm talking, I have the floor. I'll give it to you after I finish. My mom still lived in 1830. I went to jail and came home from 1830. Why would I kick her out why would I kick you out of housing? This rally right here, I'm glad to see you out here. I'm glad to see you out here willing to fight for your housing. It means a lot to me to see you out here and express your concern. But listen, you have to question the organizers.
I'm the organizer.
I'm the organizer.
And in addition, if I am trying to kick all these people out of housing, why 17? Here are the numbers. Why is 17 Tenants Association presidents endorsing me, minus 2. Ms. Shoemaker and, three. Stanley, Ms. Shoemaker, and Beverly. The rest endorsed me, including Luis Torres and all the other TA presidents here. After Vanessa endorsed me. They all endorsed me.
That's not the point.
It is the point. Are you telling me 16? Are we talking? Can I talk?
Go ahead.
Can I talk?
You're not making a point.
Can I talk? Can I talk?
Go ahead.
And can we be respectful?
Yes.
Why is 16 of the 19 DEA presidents endorsing me?
Because they don't know.
Ethel don't know. Ethel's been the TA president for 57 years. She don't know. Luis Torres been the TA president. Bev, you a new TA president. Luis been TA president for 12 years. 16 of the 19 TA presidents endorsed me. Do you think they would endorse me if I'm kicking y'all out? Do you think they don't know? Ms. Shoemaker. Guys, the bottom line, and Beverly, you can speak next. The bottom line is this. I'm not signed on to the bill. The housing trust bill, though, you have to read it. Let me ask you a question. A fair question. And you raise your hand, I'm going to question you on it. Who read the housing trust bill in its entirety?
I tell you who did it.
Hold on, Doc, hold on. Raise your hand. The bottom line is this. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're concerned. But right now, it's the wrong concernment because I'm not on the bill. I fight NYCHA, born and raised in NYCHA. With the prison came home to NYCHA. I love NYCHA. My mother still lives in NYCHA. You guys were misinformed.
Hey, Eddie, what are you doing to the community, Eddie? I put you to work. I put you to work, bro. What are you doing in the community?
Relax.
I'm
Relax. You didn't give me my job. You give me my job. You
I
didn't give
gave
me
you
my
a
job.
job on the construction so you can work, brother. And pay for the lawyer to get out of that courtroom. Don't tell me I know what I
And I'm talking to people who live here in East Harlem. People who live here in NYCHA.
We're talking about
People who live here in NYCHA in East Harlem.
Yep, right over here, all around you. On this
People
side.
who live in NYCHA in East Harlem. Because the ones who don't live in NYCHA is making all the noise, including the 4 candidates.
No,
Let me say this. My name is not on the blueprint. I do not support Blueprint. Hold on, Beth. I do not support Blueprint, and I was the first one to speak out against it.
here today saying that he will not support the Blueprint for Change. That's all we asked. That's all. This has not been a political. This has not been a witch hunt. This is about saving our homes. This is about saving our homes.
Yep.
So if all you gotta do is, we already made the statement. Thank you to Eddie Gibbs that he made a statement, and he is not in support to the Blueprint for Change.
So the only reason why we're here is because on April 26, 2022, I got an email that said that our assembly member was on the bill A07805A. So my NYCHA tenants was like, let's do a rally. I said, I support them. I'm not going to be here as a candidate. We're here to save housing. And then on May 6th, the bill number changed to A07805B. His name was on, then he realized, oh shit, my name is, excuse my language, oh shoot, my name is on the bill, so he took his name off. So we're here just for a public statement, just saying that our state assembly member that we elect during the special election, that he's never ever going to sign on another bill that's going to privatize NYCHA. That's all we want. If he never would have signed his name on the bill on April 26th, this would never be about. It's because he signed his name and took it off, and we're tired of wish-washy. Sign on, sign off, sign on, sign off. We already had enough of that for 15 years. I'm not satisfied with his answer, but you know, there's a lot of education we have to do as people, and I'll be going door to door to print out the actual bill and to really educate what's in there. There's 5 important parts inside that bill that no one's listening. The first one is accept and reject. NYCHA says that all NYCHA developments will have an opt-in if they want to privatize or not. That's not in the bill. It says accept and reject inside the bill. The second one is a voting will take place, and if the majority of the people of the vote doesn't agree with it, they're going to hold for 60 days before they go back and do it. But what is the percentage of the voting? Is that the percentage of everybody that's that NYCHA tenant meeting, or is that percentage of the whole development? I feel that needs to be the whole percentage of NYCHA development so everybody can be on the same page. I think this was a rush deal. Instead of NYCHA going to each tenant and saying, okay, what do you need? They want to go ahead and rush this. They're spending money right now because they know that it's going to the Rules Committee. This is not over. It's at the Housing Committee. Now it's going to the Rules Committee. So we're here to really tell him when it comes to the floor, please vote no. That's it. Just vote no.
We all know if you sign a bill, you sign it, it's going to be noted by the public and everybody's going to know about it. Don't take your name off of it all of a sudden when we start doing a rally against you and put you in your place. He's very disrespectful. He don't know how to talk to people, and he thinks that people have to bend down to him. No, we do not. I don't live in public housing. So for him to tell me that he can't answer any of my questions because I don't live in housing, you gotta answer to everybody else's out here. And then everything you say comes back to you. He's very disrespectful against women, doesn't like talking to people indirectly, can't handle a conversation without being belligerent or talking about. But it is what it is. But this is how we do it in Barrio. I'm a community activist all day long.
My name is Beverly McFarland. I am the organizer of this rally. We are in a tour to hit every assembly person not to sign on to the blueprint for change. This has not been politically motivated. It is not that I'm mad at this young man. It is just that we are trying to save public housing. We are against the blueprint for change. We are not in support for the blueprint for change. And that's all we wanted from this Assemblyman Eddie Gibbs was a statement saying he would not sign on to the blueprint for change.
Is that what he said today?
Then that's what he said today. He is not in support, and he took his name off the bill, and he's not going to, when it comes to the floor, he would not support blueprint for change. And I am satisfied, but I would like to have him have it in writing. If he has it in writing or to public, like press release, I would appreciate it.
My name is Taina Traverso, and this is my husband, Michael Lopez. Yes, what brought us out today is that there was a rally, and the rally had to do with Ed Gibbs, the present assemblyman, who had signed to approve to privatize public housing. He then made the statement that he removed his name, but we wanted to hear the statement and have him actually commit that that's not something he's going to do. However, at this stage, I don't trust him, because if you did it already and remove your name, that doesn't mean you won't do it again for other issues that can affect us. In this case, it has to do with public housing. I'm a public housing resident, and we want to make sure that we can keep Section 9. Section 9 simply means that federal government continues to support and invest as opposed to reinvest money to make sure that we can live in public housing and live a quality of life. My question is, if you can make sure that the White House that was commissioned by George Washington to be built and is still standing looking beautiful, why can't we have the same? Because as taxpayers, we deserve to make sure, because we invested in all the operation of the city, that includes public housing. So as a result of that, it's not just saving public housing for ourselves, it's also saving public housing for future generation. We know that what the crisis happened to be at this stage with housing, period, in general. So if it's privatized, many people question, well, where am I going to go? The answer is they don't care wherever you end up. And if it means having a tent on the corner, that will be your home, because you can't afford $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, and $5,000 a month for rent. Okay, with the kind of income that we have, low income family. But remember this, low income doesn't mean that we have low IQ. We're out here because we have a high IQ, we know our rights. And so we don't want anybody representing us like Ed Gibbs, who's not really paying attention to the constituent that he's supposed to be representing, to make sure that we have a place to live. That's very important for people to understand. And the fact that he actually was playing music while we're actually trying to give out the message to get the statement from him, he ignored us. How disrespectful is that? You're supposed to be listening to the constituents, not ignoring them with loud music.